What's going on, Diesel World Reaction? This your boy Juan Diesel, and I'm back with another video. This one is called Hitler and the Jews, 1933 to 1939. Let's get into it. And don't forget to subscribe, folks.
That 1% of the population. The majority were fully integrated into the cultural, political, social and economic life of the country and defined themselves as German. Intermarriage in Weimar Germany was 45%, the highest anywhere in the Jewish world. Granted full emancipation in 1871, they were a vibrant part of life. Mainly city dwellers, they were at the sharp edge of modernity. Individuals of Jewish birth gravitated into law, medicine, economics, philosophy, liberal and left-wing politics, publishing, literature and music, the new sciences, business, department stores. The film industry attracted them in droves. More German than the Germans, their Jewishness was lightly worn and for many disregarded. It was Nazi race theory that imposed on them their Jewishness. Between 1933 and 1939, Nazi policy was the social, political and economic exclusion of the Jews from Germany to create a Judenrein Reich. It began on April 1st, 1933, with the boycott of all Jewish businesses, with stormtroopers terrorizing the Jewish population and anyone who attempted to shop at their stores. Another early measure was the Career Civil Service Act, which pushed Jews out of the teaching professions and scientific establishments. Albert Einstein, the Nobel Prize-winning physicist and the most famous scientist in the world, was stripped of all his honors and positions and had a price on his head. Jews were gradually excluded from the cultural life of Germany. Filmmakers, writers, musicians and artists could no longer work. Jews could no longer enter the medical and legal professions. In September 1935, Jews were deprived of citizenship by the Nuremberg laws. These laws also forbade intermarriage, and sexual relations between Jew and Aryan became a criminal offense. These laws were enforced by the German judiciary. By 1935, every judge in Germany had to wear the swastika on his robes. The Reich citizenship law provided a new racial definition of the concept of Jew. A person descended from at least 3 Jewish grandparents who were full Jews by race. You could convert to Christianity, but it wouldn't matter. If you were racially Jewish, you were a Jew. The Nuremberg laws were seen by some Jews as a definitive solution with which they could learn to live. To leave a country whose language is part of you, your language, and all that is familiar, is always a huge decision. Since the Wall Street crash of 1929, most countries had a restrictive immigration policy, and the social, economic, and political uncertainties throughout Europe and the USA meant there was hostility towards refugees. In 1936, Germany hosted the Olympics, with the attention of the world focused on Berlin. Anti-Jewish measures and the rhetoric was toned down. However, by 1937, Hitler had achieved full employment and accelerated the elimination of Jews from the German economy with the Aryanization of Property Act. All remaining Jewish businesses had to be sold to Aryans, which led to the impoverishment of thousands. As a measure of further humiliation, Jews had to add the name Sarah or Israel, and all Jewish passports had to be stamped J, signifying Judah. Despite the quotas, over half of German Jewry had fled the country by 1938. Those who found haven in Britain and the USA would go on to contribute to the scientific, business and cultural life of their adoptive countries out of all proportion to their numbers.